Question 6. Stars and atoms. What can scientists learn about a star by studying the light it gives off? A. How old the star is. B. What the star is made of and how hot it is. C. How fast the star is spinning. D. What the star's name is. Check mark best answer. B. What the star is made of and how hot it is. Simple explanation. Think of starlight as a secret message. Every type of atom, like hydrogen or helium, has its own special color code in the light. By reading this color code, scientists can tell what the star is made of. The colors also tell scientists how hot the star is. Hotter stars glow with different colors than cooler stars. Crossmark why other answers are wrong. A and C. The text doesn't say we can learn the star's age or spinning speed from the light's color. D. Stars don't have real names that we can read in the light. Question 7. Geology and physics. How do geologists, scientists who study rocks, use physics? A. They use physics to write books about rocks. B. They use physics concepts to understand the properties of rocks and minerals. C. They use physics to create new types of rocks in a lab. D. They use physics to name the rocks they find. Check mark best answer. B. They use physics concepts to understand the properties of rocks and minerals. Simple explanation. Geologists are like rock doctors. They use physics as their tool to check the rock's health. They might test if a rock can conduct electricity. An electricity test. They might check how dense it is. A weight and size test. They can even send sound waves into the ground to see rocks without digging. All these tests are ideas from physics. Crossmark why other answers are wrong. A, C, D. Physics helps them learn about the rock's hidden properties. Not to name them, write about them, or make new ones. Question 8. Engineering and physics. Why is it important for an engineer to learn physics? A. Because physics is easier than engineering. B. Because physics gives them the basic rules of nature that they need to build things. C. Because all engineers must become scientists. D. Because physics helps them draw better pictures of their designs. Check mark best answer. B. Because physics gives them the basic rules of nature that they need to build things. Simple explanation. Imagine you want to build a strong bridge. Physics teaches you the rules of forces and gravity. It tells you what will make the bridge fall down. Engineering uses these rules to design a bridge that won't fall down. If you don't know the rules of physics, you might build something that breaks. Physics is the instruction manual for how the world works. Crossmark why other answers are wrong. A. Physics is not necessarily easier. It's the foundation. C. Engineers use science, but they don't have to be scientists. D. Drawing is important, but knowing the physics rules is much more important for safety. Question 9. Engineers and physics. Why does a mechanical engineer need to understand physics? A. To get a better salary. B. To learn how to draw designs on a computer. C. To understand the rules of forces and energy so they can build engines and cars that work safely. D. To be able to write reports about their projects. Check mark best answer. C. To understand the rules of forces and energy so they can build engines and cars that work safely. Simple explanation. A mechanical engineer builds things like car engines and robots. Physics teaches them the rules of how things move. Mechanics, how heat works. Thermodynamics, and how air flows. Aerodynamics, If they don't know these rules, the engine might break or the robot might fall apart. Physics gives them the knowledge to build things that work well and don't fail. Crossmark why other answers are wrong. A, B, D. These might be part of an engineer's job, but the main reason they need physics is to understand the basic rules for building strong and safe. Question 10. Science and technology. How does technology help scientists do more physics? A. Technology makes science books cheaper to buy. B. Technology lets scientists do experiments that were once impossible. C. Technology helps scientists get faster internet. D. Technology means scientists don't have to study as hard. Check mark best answer. B. Technology lets scientists do experiments that were once impossible. Simple explanation. Science and technology are best friends who help each other. 1. Science, like physics, discovers a rule. 2. Engineering uses that rule to build a technology, like a rocket or a special microscope. 3. That new technology then helps scientists discover new science they couldn't see before. For example, rocket technology allows scientists to go to space and take measurements they could never get from Earth. Crossmark why other answers are wrong. A and C. These are small benefits, but the biggest help is that technology creates new tools for discovery. D. Technology actually means scientists have more to learn, not less. Question 11. Chemical engineering. What does a chemical engineer do? A. They only work in a laboratory mixing chemicals. B. They design the equipment and processes to make products like plastics and paints. C. They discover new chemicals in a science lab. D. They sell chemicals and detergents in a shop. Check mark best answer. B. They design the equipment and processes to make products like plastics and paints. Simple explanation. A chemical engineer is like a master chef for making things like plastic, fuel, and soap. A scientist might discover a new recipe, a chemical process. The chemical engineer figures out how to cook that recipe in a giant factory. They design the big pots, pipes, and machines needed to make huge amounts of the product safely and efficiently. Crossmark why other answers are wrong. A and C. This is what a chemist might do. A chemical engineer focuses on the large-scale factory production. D. They design how products are made. They don't usually sell them in stores. Question 12. MRI scans. How does an MRI machine take a picture of the inside of your body? A. It uses a special camera to take a photo. B. It uses magnets and radio waves to see how water molecules in your body react. C. It uses sound waves to make a video. D. It uses a powerful light to see through your skin. Check mark best answer. B. It uses magnets and radio waves to see how water molecules in your body react. Simple explanation. Your body is mostly made of water. An MRI machine is like a giant magnet. 1. It makes all the tiny water particles in your body line up, like little magnets. 2. Then, it sends a radio wave, ping, that knocks them out of line. 3. When they bounce back into place, they send out a tiny signal. 4. A computer listens to these signals from different body parts, like brain, muscle, blood, and uses them to draw a very detailed picture. Crossmark why other answers are wrong. A. There is no camera inside an MRI machine. C. That is how an ultrasound works, not an MRI. D. Light cannot go through your body to see inside. Question 13. X-rays versus CT scans. What is the main difference between a normal X-ray and a CT scan? A. A CT scan uses stronger magnets. B. A normal X-ray is for bones, and a CT scan is for muscles. C. A normal X-ray takes one picture, while a CT scan takes many pictures from different angles to make a 3D image. D. A CT scan is much louder than an X-ray. Check mark best answer. C. A normal X-ray takes one picture, while a CT scan takes many pictures from different angles to make a 3D image. Simple explanation. Think of taking a photo of a loaf of bread. A normal X-ray is like taking one photo from the front. You can see the outline, but not the slices inside. A CT scan is like taking many photos as you spin the bread around. A computer then puts all these photos together to show you each individual slice of the bread. This gives doctors a much more detailed view inside your body. Crossmark why other answers are wrong. A. CT scans use X-rays, not magnets. MRIs use magnets. B. Both X-rays and CT scans can be used for bones and other tissues. D. While a CT scan might make some noise, that is not the main difference. Question 14. Radiation therapy. How can radiation be used to treat cancer? A. It uses sound waves to shake the cancer cells apart. B. It uses a powerful energy beam to destroy the cancer cells. C. It uses a special light to burn the cancer. D. It uses medicine that is attracted to cancer cells. Check mark best answer. B. It uses a powerful energy beam to destroy the cancer cells. Simple explanation. Cancer cells are bad cells that grow out of control. Radiation therapy uses a very strong, invisible energy beam, like a superpowered X-ray, that can break apart these bad cells. Doctors carefully aim the beam mostly at the cancer to break it. They try very hard to protect the healthy cells around it. Sometimes, they even move the beam around so that healthy cells get less radiation. But the cancer always stays in the target. Crossmark why other answers are wrong. A. This describes ultrasound, not radiation. C. Radiation is an invisible energy, not a light you can see. D. This describes chemotherapy, medicine, not radiation therapy.